Alright, it says I'm live. Okay. Hello everybody! Hi! Welcome to the stream, and let me make sure my music is not overpowering me. It's not. Okay. So, I brought on the stream two of my buds who it's a very special day for them. It's their birthday. It'd be Karn and Nathan.
We are getting old and gray.
Who's we? Who's we getting old? Speak for yourself.
Yeah, Nathan's in his 20s, and Karn, you're only in your 30s.
No, I'm going to reach my 30s next year.
Correct.
Oh, no.
You're still in your 30s this year, though.
I'm in my 20s. I'm 29.
Oh. For some reason I thought you were going to be 39 today. Why did I think that?
Jesus Christ, he's not that old.
Because people always think I'm older than I am.
Well, good news. Good news. You're even younger than I thought. So.
Your voice does sound very deep, Karn, I'm not gonna lie.
But yes, I wanted to bring them on the stream, not only to wish them a very, 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 very awesome, amazing, fantastic birthday. But I also wanted to give them free reign to ask me questions and chat with me and basically commandeer a stream.
Oh. Oh.
Dude, that's not good letting me commandeer a stream. I'm going to send the stream right to the iceberg.
The two people you could have picked, and you picked me and Karn.
Demonetization is in my future, yes. Your birthday.
I tried to not be controversial.
You tried. You do not succeed.
Comes naturally.
I don't know, I have yet to fail, I find.
So, how was your days? I guess we could start there.
Pretty chill. Had some people by me, tell me happy birthday. Even my boss and his wifey.
His wifey?
It's his wifey. Yeah, I've been drinking a bit.
Only a bit.
No, well, if you get friends over, they give you something, you're supposed to treat them to something and drink yourself.
Is this like a rule?
Would you believe me if I say yes?
No.
Then it's not a rule. Just something that we do because it's funny.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm going to have my real birthday party at Saturday because it's easier for all.
And that is a normal thing, especially when you become an adult, right? Like your birthday is now has to be convenient for everyone's schedule.
Being an adult sucks.
Yes, it does. I could bitch about my day, but that's not why I brought you guys on. So, how about you, Nathan? How was your day?
In terms of birthday, shit's been pretty good, not gonna lie. I mean, I received the majority of my gifts yesterday while I was free and out and about. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that you saw it on the Discord that my parents, who were very, obviously, ones who raised me, they basically taught me quite a lot of stuff about, being safe in different aspects of life, were the ones who have then bought me a fucking sword.
Well, they want you to stay protected.
You obtain Japanese steel.
Yeah,
Spain.
Yeah,
And made in Spain. Sorry.
If you combine both of your comments together, it's like glorious Nippon condoms ripped 1,000 times.
You can reuse it, just use the other side.
Yeah, you can. Fold it inside out. Recycling. Yeah, no, birthday's pretty good so far. I own a fucking sword now, so probably best birthday ever.
Welcome to the club, my friend. I own
I also
too many.
I also have a blade of shame.
Blade of shame.
Ooh.
No, I also have a katana
Why is it a
shame.
blade of shame?
because it's a katana.
I feel no shame for my katana. Speak for yourself.
I'd rather have like a big two-handed bastard sword or something like that.
Of course, a German wants a bastard sword. Why does that not surprise me?
Don't knock it until you try it. That's pretty cool.
The thing is, I got that katana when I was a teenager, so I decided to make it edgier.
How the fuck should I get the katana edgier?
By putting a chain on the...
How can you make something
Oh,
with one
fuck.
edge edgier? Give it another edge? Ah, so a sword.
No, I started putting chains on it.
As if you
What?
put a fucking chain
So the
on
grip
it.
has
Oh,
a chain, and the scabbard has a chain.
Karn, that's filthy. You have defiled that sword.
You basically went discount Yakuza.
Very discount. But
It-
both...
it-
all two chains came off, and there's still one attached to it that you can grab and like swing the scabbard around. It's loose.
no. Oh no, he turned into a mole ninja.
Oh, God.
Oh, honorable mall combat.
Honorable combat.
I can just imagine, like, before Karn goes into a fight, he just looks down and goes, "Forgive me, master, but I must go all out just this once."
Oh, God. To be fair, that is an awesome movie I would watch. Like this
You opened up
cheesy
my
80s
11th
style,
hand card.
this cheesy 80s style, like, wushu flick, but it's starring a German. Okay. I mean, there's already something that's already happened pretty close to that. I mean, that's literally what Bloodsport, that movie is, pretty much. And yeah, it's not starring a German, starring a Frenchman.
Attack on Titan. Aren't those people like pseudo-Germans?
Yeah, but that's an anime. I'm talking like, I'm referencing like an old school 80s action flick. Like, have you seen Bloodsport?
Yep.
Oh, wait, hang on, isn't that Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yes.
Baboom! There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't just know that based on the name? Have you
No,
seen Bloodsport?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Jean-Claude is a
better
lucky
have-
man.
Um,
Like who?
In this case?
He did the No, generally. Like when he did the Street Fighter movie, he was sleeping with the actress that did. What's her face? What's that girl called in Street Fighter again who has this leotard on? Cammy.
Oh, he
just
was
realised
he
how
was
little that
he
narrows
was
it
sleeping
down.
with the Cammy chick?
Yes.
Lucky bastard.
And he was bragging about it during the interview.
Hang on. Isn't
I mean,
Cammy played by
yeah.
someone like very famous?
Angelina was it
Fuck
Angelina
off. Who plays Cammy in Street Fighter? Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Jeez.
Minogue.
Surrender your beer, surrender your bratwurst. Chaplain Karn stars in Katana Kraut.
Katana crap.
Katana Crown.
Katana crap. Oh, fuck me. Ugh. Good. Okay.
So, Asmo,
Yes.
what are you working on today in the stream? Sorry, the stream isn't pulled up for me.
It's a great.
Still working on the Gretsch School. I'm trying not to divide my focus too much with the models. Just try and do one at a time, as opposed to jump around like I have been.
Yeah.
Because that's just gonna confuse me and make me lead to mistakes. So one at a time.
Man, I'm looking at like the scenes of the Street Fighter movie. And man, that leotard goes up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right on up.
Karn, Asmo did say he doesn't want to divide his attention. So you talking about how tight a leotard was on Cammy? That's going to divide Asmo's
100%.
attention a little bit.
That's how I divide.
blood-
That's in a normal stream. In this stream, I'm expecting to have my attention divided.
The blood, like most of the blood flow is going to go from his hand to his you know what,
His brain.
to his katana.
The thing is, also, did you play the video game Street Fighter, the movie, the game?
Wait, what?
I
Fuck?
don't. Right. Okay. Right. No. In the same way as we don't talk about Dawn of War 3 or Command and Conquer 4, we don't fucking talk about that one.
Oh, we do talk about the arcade version.
No,
Because that's the funny one. That's the one you can combo for days on end.
And infinite for them. Like they even had a Kumran, didn't they?
Yes?
Akuma wasn't even in the fucking film.
No. And others one as well. The guy who did T-Hawk. He was also supposed to be part of that, but he decided to fuck off last minute.
Nice. I don't blame him.
To quote him, I don't want to be part of this. I think it's T-Hawk, right? Yes. Not that
Yeah,
I start
T-Hawk's
confusing every Native American fighter character again.
Oh, that is the racismus.
Or Sismus.
Yes.
Dude, you have T-Hawk, you have shit, what was the one in Killer Instinct again?
What? Sorry.
Killer Instinct. What was the Native American there again?
Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder, and then you have Nightwolf. Like it's always either an element or an animal.
Yeah. Well, I mean that actually sums up a lot of Native American names.
Well, I live near a Native American tribe. Oh, they're not called that anymore. The Penobscot Indians are still, they still exist here in Maine, and they even have an island reservation not too far from where I live. And
why the fuck would you have it? But why would Native Americans live all the way up in fucking Maine? It's so cold out there with little to no furs.
Well, they were here
Jesus
first.
Christ. I know they were there first, but they must have the pointiest nipples going. It's that cold all the time.
What do you think?
cannot
Hold on. Do you think they still dress like they did back? They dress like me.
Hey,
Or you think they're out there with like spears and Nathan?
Oh,
Nathan.
please don't destroy our fantasy.
They are a proud and traditional people.
No, they're
Asshole.
fucking
I'm not one.
not. They're proud people, and they have traditions, but they're not like they don't live in the Stone Age still. Like you go to Mount Desert Island, which is where they live, although pretty much just everyone just calls it Indian Island. But you go there, they live in normal houses. They live in duplexes.
My name is Sriracha. I am chief of Camp Pointy.
I know you
Nips.
don't have any over there, but what do British people imagine? Like, oh, the Native Americans that are still in the United States, they're all just still outside with fucking fucking. Those
I didn't say
weird
all.
Tents.
I didn't say all. Hashtag not all.
Not even any of them.
They
None of
all-
them live like that. They live like you and me. Oh my
Don't you disturb
god!
Sriracha, chief of Camp Pointy Nips.
Holy shit!
That's when you use the weapons.
Right to the next to the Valley of Ass.
Yeah.
Oh my.
We don't know our natives are. We are natives.
Yes.
Oh god! Now I gotta ask Ball if that's what he thinks too. Is oh yeah,
No,
Native Americans are still out there with
I
the
do
spears
not
and hoya.
I do not represent the views of all British people, but I do.
The Amish are more primitive than modern Native Americans.
Yeah, but that's the purpose of being an Amish.
Yes, that is true.
Sweet lord! Oh yeah, I'm demonetized.
Immediately.
I saw that coming.
And it's not because of me.
Well, it's yellow, so I'm not fully demonetized, but now I'm restricted.
They are going to watch that and maybe have a laugh. Either that or they are going to Google Street Fighter, the movie, the game, because they don't believe me.
Right. I was gonna say, imagine that, right? We don't get demonetized because of what we were speaking about. Then we get demonetized because Karn was on about Street Fighter. They got so mad. God fucking damn! I wanted to forget that game.
There's no way about forgetting that game. It's way too funny. Every time you put in a coin in that machine, it goes.
Does it?
Yes, and if you like, let's say you have a emulator, and you put the button on it, and you program it that it's a button, you can mash it and it starts stacking on each other.
Oh no!
And if you play against a friend, that's how you cheat, because they will be too busy laughing. Because then it's just. It's a weird game, to be honest. Like Barrock blocks and sends back any projectile by just standing.
Oh, you mean like Motaro in like
Yes.
Mortal Kombat 3?
His sweet trigger, I
Redacted.
think, in Street Fighter 5 is that.
Hey, 792 and Jackson, how you guys doing? Oh my god.
Samu just posted Nightwolf question mark. Yeah, that character in Mortal Kombat, that's in every Mortal Kombat, but no one really plays him. Which I cannot explain because he's a good character.
I don't know.
Command & Conquer 4 and Dawn of War. Nonsense. Man, I played a bit of Command & Conquer 4. I do not recommend it.
Why?
Because I played every Command & Conquer.
No matter how shit.
And
I'll be
yes,
there.
I did play Command & Conquer Survivor.
What the fucking hell?
Command & Conquer Survivor is kinda of a game mode of the first one. You get one unit.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what it is. I'm just surprised
Yeah.
you played it.
I might be one of the only 10 people on Earth who played that. On the fucking
You were one of
modem.
So you are amongst the minority in many ways, more than one.
Yes.
Ah.
I do not recommend that game. I don't even think you can play that. Actually, you can.
Asmogan knows the local Native American in Maine. He's called Chief Slapperho.
No, the one I know directly anyway is Wolf.
Jesus fucking Christ! I would expect Karn to correct me on that, not you.
Well, his name is actually Wolf. Like, they do have names like that.
Takes he
Oh, what else
part
did
Does he take part at any like combat?
Wolf?
Yeah, he only fights at night.
Well, this isn't
Does
gonna...
he maybe know a sorcerer?
What? No. No, he does not.
Did he kick it? Did he kick a shadow demon into a soulnado?
No.
Not a shadow demon. He's a wraith, like Scorpion.
Oh,
just a bit
come
low.
on! I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Leave me alone. It's been years.
It's also been years. Just I for some reason retain Mortal Kombat lore.
Hey, so do I. I'm just currently playing with the sword in my hand.
Which one? Which of those three?
And for $20 a month, you can watch me play with my sword in my hand. Remember to donate to Asmogan's Patreon, and you can see exclusive shows by me, Fanboy. Which sword will it be each week? You donate, you find out. There are no. I
God.
fixed the demonetization. I fixed the demonetization.
I don't even want to look at it right now. I don't want to see it. It's gonna be red.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that about the sword in my hand or the demonetization?
Yes.
He's doing all of that just in hope he can unleash me.
Once the demonetization goes red, Karn will be unleashed.
The sky will also turn red, and the moon pregnant with blood.
Oh no! Oh no! The mole ninja's coming out again.
It will be like the one reborn all over again.
The moment demonetization goes red, like Karn just has the same equivalent of like Angron going into demon form. Just tall red and just ready to just be so blunt about stuff.
Wouldn't that make me Perturabo though? Well,
Well,
I'm not
I
as
mean-
petulant.
I mean, I don't think Perturabo's tall and red.
He's tall and grey.
I mean, to be honest, that is the closest thing to tall and black, and chaos. So, okay, yeah, you got a fair point.
Loga is as white as ever.
Well, of course. Hey, Hasma, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck as much as he could. Fuck you. And chuck as much wood as woodchuck would if woodchuck could hack wood.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck
How
could
much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck
I
wood?
cannot
He would
do.
chuck. He would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as woodchuck would. Woodchuck fucking chuck. I hate tongue tires so much. Oh my god.
I
Guys,
drank. Oh fuck, my
guys,
beer
for
is
the,
gone.
for the love of God, stop fucking talking. My furniture's floating now. Stop it. You haven't canted the spells.
Brautkleid bleibt Brautkleid und Blaukraut bleibt Blaukraut.
Oh no.
He's speaking.
Ooh.
Damn moon speak.
That was a German tongue tie.
You guys have tongue tires?
We had a lot
Yes.
because our words are so long.
Oh wait.
Wait, let me type one down in the chat. Huh? What happened?
Right.
Oh, I thought someone like went away.
Oh no, I did. Me headphones had died. I didn't think Asmo was gonna pull me into a stream, so it was like shit, caught off guard.
Well, any second Discord might be like, "Fuck Karn and his sound driver, I don't like it," and then I would need to join to exit and rejoin the call.
Yeah.
I don't like Discord. It's programmed like ass. So let's see when the
Asmo,
German tongue
I-
tire is coming out.
Hey Asmo, I have a question. This also goes to everyone else. Is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco?
Sandwich.
That is by Jackson.
Sandwich. I will not hear
Yeah, it's a
discontent on this
sandwich.
one. It is a sandwich. It is bread.
Since you don't put like any you don't put any condiments on taco.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. It's like all condiments, but
Sauce doesn't count. I'm talking about like ketchup and mustard.
don't take this the wrong
Sauce.
way, Karn. But you're like, I'm not gonna ask a German about tacos.
Well, yeah, I never had one. The closest thing I got to that was like kebab.
Get out.
Wait, now hang on. How do you say kebab?
The German
Kebab.
way.
Kebab. Oh, Karn, please for the stream, please say Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So now you have it on record. That I
Yeah.
cannot say that state. Ah, see, the German tongue twister is out. You could read it if you want.
But, rock. Yeah, no.
Well, that was fast.
I can barely do tongue twisters in my own language. I ain't gonna attempt to do them in yours.
Because it usually would be such an easy language to speak, right?
No.
Which two factions are you currently concentrating on for Warglaive?
The Gretsch, because they don't require hardly, if any, hard sculpts or hard surface portions of their body, which is like armor or plating or anything like that. So
Steel.
yeah, like they don't require anything like that. So because of that, just sculpting them is a lot more is a lot easier and fluid. I don't have to worry about trying to fit that stuff on there. And plus, even if I wanted to focus on factions that do have a lot of that, I can't afford the software I was using to model the hard surface objects. I haven't had that software in months because it's too expensive, and I haven't been able to get
Those nails on the ghoul look pretty good.
Thanks.
Like for being quote unquote made soft.
Yeah, it's not the same thing though. Like look how if I zoom in on them, you can see how uneven they are, and they got
Kind of.
If I wanted to like shape a pauldron, for example, I would not do it in ZBrush.
No.
It just is not built for something like that.
Yeah, but it's fine for bony protrusions.
Yeah, it's fun for that.
The alcohol is kicking in.
I might also go grab some alcohol as well.
I just finished my fresh beer that I had that I thought that would last the call, but it didn't.
Ooh.
It barely lasted 10 minutes?
If that.
I don't have a problem. Alcohol has a problem with me.
Said every alcoholic ever.
What's the phrase? Alcohol, like I can't be an alcoholic because alcohol is never a problem, it's a solution.
And no alcohol is also not the solution.
No, alcohol's a tragedy.
No, it's a comedy.
Oh. Hang on, technically, isn't alcohol a solution in the science way of speaking of things?
Pretty sure. No, it's not a solution.
Mm.
Like putting salt in water, you get the solution. Alcohol on its own is. Actually, I need to Google that so I don't make a mistake.
Well, that's what I mean, because some alcohols are prepared differently. So some are made.
Because alcohol is a product of wheat and stuff actually getting digested by bacteria.
Okay, fine. I meant in the broader terms, with alcohol.
Oh, rather
drinks.
fermentation.
Oh, Karn, you said you had a question about Warglaive?
No, that was it was my which one which you are currently concentrating on, and if in future, if this goes well, that you might expand the roster.
What do you mean by expand the roster? So...
Adding more factions.
Not for first edition. First edition,
Yeah,
I'm already have a headache.
You need the baseline first. You already have 5.
Yeah, I have 5 factions planned for release. I have in lore. Not only are there 2 sub factions that kind of already exist, but there is definitively 2 other factions in the lore that exist. which will probably get introduced in the books long before they see tabletop. Because for lots of reasons. In fact, one of them I'm preparing just in case a legal defense for. So,
which one could that be? The Terran Republic? Dominion?
nope.
Wait.
I've only mentioned the faction like once on a Q&A.
So it cannot be your space vampires?
Nope. I'm not worried about any of those. Those all are
be your space
exceedingly
Viking.
fair use.
You only managed to mention it once, so... No, I don't think I can think of which one that was.
I'd be impressed if you could remember it. It was like offhandedly.
Oh, great, offhandedly, and then a while ago.
Yep.
Well, if it's not as max, your max, then
It's they aren't going to be called that, but they're essentially space dwarves.
Ah, so you're afraid of this? Why are they a bit too close to the Jotun? Votum.
They're
Not
too
Jotun,
close. Design-wise, I have them very different. Visually, I don't see. But concept, this is GW you're talking about. So I'm preparing a legal defense before I introduce them anywhere.
No, by the way,
Officially.
Nathan, alcohol is a compound.
Don't worry, I already looked up the thing. Like apparently some Redditor fucking broke down the chemistry cat meme.
Of course, a redditor.
Yes.
And who else?
The man in the pickle suit fooled me again.
Hey, Asmo. Could you do like a limited run unit of the Terran Republic where it's just a person who's named Karn and he's kind of unsheathing a blade from the side that looks strangely like a particular Japanese earth weapon?
Hell no.
Please, it'll be a limited edition
The
run.
only part about that's a problem is the name Karn.
Well, not if you use my full handle. Which is the one on Steam.
Isn't Karn a common name anyway to use in like fantasy?
No, actually. It's not common.
No, it's too close to the Latin word for meat.
Karn, Magic the Gathering, Karn, TARDIS, Doctor Who, Karn, the Great Creator, War of the Spark, Scryfall, Karn, Planeswalker, oh, Magic the Gathering again.
The only thing I know about magic is the early stuff, so...
I don't know anything about magic, period.
I'm just going to believe you. Oh, well, it was either for me magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! 1.
Based. Very based. Magic sucks.
Yeah, I hated the deck building in Magic. And some of the card art is a bit unflattering. Like those war elves. They looked a little bit special.
Not a little bit special.
You say... Wait, hang on. You say they look special, and you somehow have a strange preference for fuck. What were those lines of cards called with those
The
weird?
Ojamas?
Yeah, the Ojamas.
I like them kind of ironically. I never played them.
I wouldn't play Ojamas. Well,
They are like...
you can play them, but not like modern. Not in the modern TCG. I would not play.
Actually, there was a moment in the modern TCG where they were good.
What?
Yes, that was when links were fresh. You could
Of
block
course.
off link stones.
Of course, it's Lynx. Why am I not surprised?
Who's your favorite Ojama?
Oof, have you seen the crotch bulge on Ojama Black?
The what? The what? Sorry.
The crotch bulge on Ojama Black.
Oh my God, he is magnificent.
They are all packing, by the way. Even
I know.
Ojama Pink, that's
I know,
supposed to be a juvenile.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Those Ojama cards are the most disgusting but very Yu-Gi-Oh! Like thing.
I love the Ojama King. He's got like so much swagger about him. Like he's a really fat guy about to jump into a pool, and
Have
he's
you
about to piss everyone
seen
off.
Ojama Emperor?
There's an emperor.
There is an emperor.
There is an emperor.
Big Emperor vibes from that guy. His stomach is smooth.
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 Ojama Pink just looks like the Kako demon. Well, no, it looks like a beholder with a body.
Yes. Ojama Emperor. Jesus.
Which sounds more crazy than it actually is. Actually, I would rather fight a beholder than Ojama Pink.
Okay, right. Ojama Emperor. Jesus Christ.
What a lad.
Absolute goated with the sauce.
But the thing is, he kinda has an issue. He doesn't have any defense since he is a link monster.
Oh.
So certain interactions are whack. Like, since they don't have any attack but they have defense, they have a field spell that changes that if you control an Ojama. But
Yeah.
since he doesn't have any defense, he
How's that
just
look?
has straight up stuff. It looks ghoulish. Oh man, I like the black and white art.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The ghoul looks like he's crip walking.
A little bit.
If you if you get like the full frontal view, like it's the way he's got one of his hands in front of him as if he's like about to step into the most gangster shit you've ever seen.
He needs a pimp cane.
Yes.
As it is, I have to remodel the arm because it needs to be really long and lanky, and I don't have that there. Sadly.
And a little bit more of skin slouching off. How horrible are they supposed to be? They most likely smell like the look.
Well, they're just jumbles of biomass thrown together to act as drones for the rest of the Gretsch
Kind of like
bioform.
meat shield.
So, yeah, I mean, ghouls are literally just thrown together to be just a wave of bodies beating and ripping other things apart and dragging biomass back to the rest of the horde so they can create more.
An adorable concept. Are they going to be like a little bit more greenish, or what's like the color scheme supposed to?
The color scheme is in their artwork. There's actually quite a bit of purple on them. Hold on.
Oh. So a little bit like a little bit Zerglite with like purple and greens.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up this one.
I don't know why I immediately went to green though in my head.
I mean, this green evolved.
I guess just Nurgle sits in the back of my head. Oh, if we get another Dawn of War game and it's Nurgle again, I'm going to vomit. Not out of disgust.
You did that German thing again. Like I've noticed some Germans, they swap words that start with W and words that start with V. They kind of like swap. So whenever they say like a word beginning with W, they start it with a V instead. Like village
Yeah, village.
and vomit.
What do you want us to say? Vomit.
Yes.
That sounds wrong.
Hey, I didn't invent the language, okay?
It's vomit and villy. They look explodey. The right one.
Actually, no. Just a little bit of a lore tidbit for anyone who wants to know. These guys turn into... Just create load. They turn
I
into
like the left one. It looks like he has like a little cape or jacket on.
Yeah, these guys turn into these guys.
Ah, no, Jackson, that's not knit frontline units. Knit frontline units are a little bit more calculated.
Yeah, these guys are more like a zombie horde.
Hmm.
They're not slow moving, but they are.
The brutes.
Eh,
I like the brutes.
Yeah, the brutes are basically three ghouls, Gretsch ghouls that mesh themselves together. The thing is, even when they've been created by I'm not gonna say it because that might be a spoiler, but they're created by a specific kind of Gretsch that generates them, and. But even after they've been created, they still have... Their biomass is still in flux. They can alter their form while they're out in battle. They're just pre-programmed, in a sense, not to. Like, the vast majority of ghouls will just stay ghouls. But if the situation calls for it, and the greater organism within the Gretsch horde believes it necessary, it'll have the ghouls mold themselves together. They'll kind of like burst open like a zit, and they'll just latch their biomass will latch onto each other, mush together, and form a brute.
Not as horrible as I would have thought.
Well, when they
I
burst
would have
open,
thought it's like a bigger Gretsch just eating ghouls, and that comes out.
No, they just splay open and all of their bones realign and click together into the shape of a brute, and then the actual biomass around it, kind of like clay, and the muscle and the blood will all kind of just drain in and it'll mesh together.
Okay, I thought it would be like something like a bio, like.
And I've said it once before. The like a lot of the factions in the game. And in the lore, when it came to writing it, a lot of my inspiration came from things I liked. Like, the Gretsch are very much inspired by the alien monster from John Carpenter's 1982 The Thing, and they're also influenced by Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth, which has also, affected the aesthetic of them and the design and some of the ideas he introduced. So,
I also see a little bit of necromorph.
I'm very open in what inspired me. It's not plagiarism; it's inspiration.
Inspiration is totally fine.
I very much wear that on my sleeve. The design and the ideas definitely came to me because of the things I like. So that is what the Gretsch are. They are basically the alien monster from John Carpenter's 1982 The Thing, and a lot of the monster and creature designs from Guillermo del Toro.
I like them. They're adorable.
Yeah.
I think more of like necromorph meets a little bit of the Zerg.
Hey, Zimzilla. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Sorry, continue.
Jackson asks if you played any Halo Flood level before making this.
No.
I think we all did. But they don't look like Flood.
I actually probably should look at the Flood to make sure they're not too close to it.
No, they are not.
They're not?
They're not, yeah.
They don't look close to any Flood.
Because I haven't looked at the Flood in a long time. Like, I'm not huge in Halo anymore. Last Halo I actually enjoyed was Reach.
Flood is like mostly like, imagine a person, but he has like something stuck to his neck and there's like tentacle protrusions everywhere.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's kind of a Flood life form, basically.
Like even in concept, the Flood are they're a parasitic race that just kind of collect biomass together and then form a greater being known as a hive mind, and they kind of then go from planet to planet, infecting as many as they can. I don't think your Gretches do. Obviously, you can educate us because you know the lore, but
they don't really. No, there's ideas that are very similar there, but that's not the end all be all of the Gretsch. They do expand their territory and their space. But
I mean, what race doesn't?
And they all do. And the Gretsch are
exactly.
they don't have the motivation to just annihilate all life. Like, the greater organism, there's more... I don't know how much of this I want to say.
I put the PNG of the flood life forms in the chat. If you want to take a look at them, like, you are far off.
I'll say this: the Gretsch, they're really not a bunch of individual creatures. It's one creature with a shit ton of bodies. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a hive mind.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, no, because the thing is, a hive mind implies that there's multiple minds involved. It's just one really complex mind.
I always thought it's one mind split into different forms. That's what, for me, a hive mind is.
I've always understood hive mind to mean it's like a bunch of interconnected minds, kind of like a network. But there are individual like processors and like. When I think of like a hive mind, that's what I think of. But maybe it's interchangeable between the two things. Yeah,
you think more of the Zerg type of hive mind, I guess.
Yeah, the type of hive mind the Gretsch have, it's this is also kind of a spoiler, but
it's one singular mind.
There is one single mind, but not necessarily for all Gretsch. There are multiple personalities, and I'm not gonna go into specifics of what divides them. Basically, think of it like this: there are factions within the Gretsch. There is a hierarchy. But think of it like they're
the Cerebrats.
Kinda, yeah. It's similar idea, and they all serve a greater creature to them.
So it's essentially one mind with different personalities.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, right. So I find that hilarious. So the fact that you can sum up your entire one faction of the Gretsch as an intergalactic schizophrenic.
Pretty much.
Shit, Gretsch is off his meds again.
Oh no, he drank the water.
And keep in mind, Gretsch space has only been invaded once, and the Volk fleet that went in had one last transmission before they got fucked.
Bad times were had by everyone except the Gretsch.
Yes.
Actually, maybe existence is kind of a bad time for them.
To be honest, I'm just waiting for the day where Warglaive Gothic becomes really successful, and then MatPat can make a game theory about how the Gretsch inspired the actions of the Bite of 87.
Yes. And how the Empress somehow is like plot related.
First
to
of all,
MatPat
doesn't even do like tabletop shit, so I'm safe.
But she could be a close relative to Sans Undertale.
What are the law implications of nighttime Gretsch? What does his appearance mean in the third game? Theories, people, theories.
And how does the Doom guy work in it?
Oh my fucking god, like the next time MatPat goes to meet the Pope, he's gonna give the Pope like a copy of like the Gretsch. And the internet's gonna rage at him.
Will the Empress be the next character for Smash?
I would love to see that unironically.
Dude, I still love those people that say adamantly there's going to be a Mortal Kombat character in the Smash game.
Fuck off. No, there's not.
Even though Sub-Zero would be perfect. Actually, no, he would be super cheesy because he could, like, freeze you when you were trying to jump.
What's his what's his fucking E for everyone friendly like Smash ability going to be? Like, is he just going to cover the entire stage with snow and throw snowballs at everyone?
He would just be Elsa.
Everyone just freezes and explodes up in the air. Or ice spikes from the ground. Like, you cannot forget there are characters in that game with guns.
Yeah, I know, but they kind of smoothed over, so it doesn't exactly look like.
No, when Snake pulls out his pistol, it looks like the SOCOM. When
Yeah,
he puts down
like,
a landmine, it's an actual claymore mine.
it looks very generic though. It's not like a highly detailed military equipment.
Everything is fine as long as it makes hit sparks.
Yes.
That's why Joker from Persona 5 is there with his knife and his pistol. Has a special ability, he wields a gun.
A gun.
Yeah, that was his introduction. His neutral special is a pistol.
Pikachu Super Smash, he just flies across the screen, electrocuting everyone. Mario Super Smash shoots 2 gigantic flaming fireballs across the stage. Jigglypuff Super Smash puts everyone to sleep. Oh, Snake, with your Super Smash ability. Oh, you know, this the fucking second amendment.
Yeah, he pulls out the grenade launcher, if I recall.
Yes, he does.
Which is pretty weak. Oh, Jackson, I doubt you will see any Warhammer character in Smash.
I mean, yeah, no. That no. It just
Well,
wouldn't
maybe
work.
maybe Gilliman.
I can see an argument being made for a Mortal Kombat character, literally just kidify like any of them to an absurd degree to the point they're not the same character, but it still have like a recognizable aesthetic. Fine, I could see that. No like Mortal Kombat fan would like that, but I could see them doing it. I can't even see them being able to do that with Warhammer characters. Like, how the fuck are you gonna make Yarick even like how do you kidify Yarick?
Yeah, like I said, Space Marine with power armor, no personality, so Ultramarine, and power sword instead of a chainsword.
Hey, Asmo,
Plasma pistol.
do you want to know how you kidify 40k?
40k adventures.
Warhammer Adventures.
Fuck
That's how you
off.
do it.
Fuck you, and fuck you.
It will always be there,
Don't remind me.
close, waiting to pounce. Patient like a gene stealer.
Are Gene Stealers patient? I mean, technically, this
Very.
not really. They act very quickly. It's those that they infect that are technically the patient ones involved in there.
No, they can also be very patient. That's why not every single gene stealer comes barreling down on you during a Space Hulk adventure.
They can be patient, but I would make a case for the more patient Tyranid unit would be the Lictor.
Yes.
Yes.
Because the Lictor's main job isn't even to infect anyone, it's literally just spy on people.
And especially the special version of the Lictor, that's whose name I forgot. Oh, whoopsala. I should have tapped in 40k because you get something different.
You know, for a creature called the Lictor, it doesn't do much licking.
It does if you give him feeder tendrils.
That's not licking, that's just rubbing fleshy bristles across your face. And you can't call a tongue a fleshy bristle because it's one muscle, not like a menagerie of smaller ones.
A menagerie.
Yeah, they kind of screwed up with the name though, because the the name Lictor in real life was given to the Roman bodyguards. So giving that infiltrator life form is kind of weird.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I would argue the same for the Hierophant Biotitan. if you look at what a Hierophant is and you compare it to the actual naming convention of the Titan, it doesn't make a shit lick of sense.
A shit lick?
Yeah. Am I not allowed to say that on stream?
Well, GW was.
Did I say a gamer word?
No, it's just
Not
that it was an interesting choice of words.
I've said it my entire life.
A shit lick?
Yeah, a shit lick of sense. It doesn't make a shit lick of sense.
It never stopped. It's been polished to a shine.
Like going to a great clean one with a spoon.
The great clean one, yeah.
Yes.
Was our own personal great clean one.
Fuck off, I was gonna mention it, Ross.
Well, you too slow. You snooze, you lose.
I wasn't too slow, I was putting my katana, so my wakizashi on the bed.
Fucking be careful, else you start cutting reality with that.
My fucking Virgil.
Don't you have the motivation to that?
Oh wait, hang on.
You seem like
Speaking of
it.
Virgil, did you see the video that I posted in the chat yesterday of me doing the scene between him and Dante?
No, actually, what?
Oh my god. Okay, right. You will only get the joke if you've played Devil May Cry.
I played the
5, or
original
you-
Devil May Cry.
Okay, right. Okay, no, if you've not seen the actual
Oh, no, I
scene that
cannot
plays
find it
out
anymore.
during 5. Yeah, as well. I've actually played 5.
No.
You won't know then. Okay, Karn, do you know what scene I'm on about?
Yep. The one where he wants the Yamato.
Yeah. Have you seen the video when I did it?
Shit, I cannot find it again.
I'm gonna send it you.
You only played the first one?
Me?
Asmo. Yeah.
Oh. I played 1 part of 2. I think that's it.
Oh, for you poor man playing the second one.
Wasn't super impressed.
Yeah, the second one is somewhat of a black sheep. Your best combo is just mashing the shooting
I thought the
button.
Black Sheep was DMC Devil May Cry.
No, DMC... that game at least plays somewhat solidly.
And it's got a really good fucking soundtrack to it, I'm not gonna lie. Never
Yeah.
played it, but the soundtrack actually slaps.
But DMC2... That's the real black sheep. With the best Dante design though. Dante looks great in DMC2. But that's all the praise I'm going to give that game.
Wait a minute, hang on. Okay, so Jackson asks, would a Nurgle demon be banished into the warp if I threw it into a vat of liquid soap? That's the same question as if you drop a bar of soap, does the soap become dirty or does the floor become clean?
These are
Soap
fundamental
becomes
questions
dirty.
we're trying to ask here.
Easy,
Yeah.
the soap becomes dirty because you need to add water to it to clean something.
Do you?
Yes, you do.
Because I've used I've used plenty of bars of soap in my time, and I've never really,
Eating the sparse of soap doesn't count as cleaning yourself.
Hey, listen, right. It was only an experiment. I wanted to see how it would come out. I wanted to see if it would clean everything on the way out.
Just because it says vanilla doesn't mean it's going to taste like vanilla.
It fucking tasted like vanilla, okay? I may have had an upset stomach for 3 days later, but it cleaned everything on the way out. My hypothesis was correct. It cleaned the toilet as well. It was a successful operation.
My mommy has those funny rainbow pills. And I took the rainbow pills. Now the rainbow is inside me.
Do I
See,
even want to know?
Don't do that. Those are the feel-good pills that some people get. Sometimes they are differently colored, so you know which day to take them. You don't want that rainbow inside of you.
I would assume not.
I do, but if Asmo, if you are ever going to play DMC5, you need to install one mod for that.
Only one?
Only one. I'm going to send. Going to send Nathan which one I'm talking about.
Is it the chair?
Taste the rainbow.
Yes, but it's the mod that replaces the Yamato with it.
Wait, hang on. No, I said before the chair. I didn't think he meant that mod because I know exactly which one you're on about.
Oh, it's a great mod.
Have you seen the one that replaces the book that he gives to me with like a My Little Pony book?
Yes.
There, I won't be needing it anymore.
I love all the mods. I had a great mod for Left 4 Dead 2, which I sadly do not have anymore. But it replaced most textures with what was his name again? Nicolas Cage.
Oh, I've seen that mod.
The only one I have left is that one from the workshop, but it only turns bed sheets into Nicolas Cage.
Left for Cage too.
The cagening.
Electric
will never-
Cage, Electric Cagealoo.
You will never get out of this cage. One sadly cancelled Mortal Kombat game was like a game just about Johnny Cage. It was supposed to be one that's after Sub-Zero mythologies. Sadly, that game bombed.
Oh, that's weird because mythologies actually became like somewhat of a cult classic, didn't it? Like if you knew about Mortal Kombat, you knew about Sub-Zero mythologies, even though that game is hard as balls.
And awful to play as.
Yes.
Because you need the button to turn around.
Oh my fucking god, the Sky Temple mission.
Dude, you think about the Sky Temple mission. I'm thinking about the biggest robot in the Nether Realm.
Oh, yeah, like, yes, because apparently there's, like, industrial factories in the Nether Realm, apparently.
Oh, you are doing pretty well. Here's Optimus Prime ruining your day with a flamethrower. What? How am I, a ninja, supposed to beat that?
Good luck.
Raiden did it. Raiden flipped an entire robot. Like,
Yeah,
an
but
entire
Raiden is a robot ninja. Sub-Zero is
Well-
just an ice shooting ninja. Dude,
Well, he turned into a robot.
as Sub-Zero mythology games made by Platinum.
What do you mean?
Made by Platinum Games.
Oh shit, was it?
No, but it would be great if they would make one. Either the Devil May Cry guys or Platinum Games. If one of them makes a Sub-Zero game, it would be awesome.
Jesus Christ, I cannot imagine like Virgil. So not Virgil, Sub-Zero. Well, yeah, Sub-Zero doing like Virgil combos. The special
They could
edition
do
of-
that.
The
since-
special edition of Scorpion in it.
And I don't know if you saw a couple of Mortal Kombat movies, the animated one.
No,
once.
I've not watched them yet, so don't say anything.
But Sub-Zero can use the water that's in the air.
Oh yeah, I know we could do that anyway.
Yeah. So he could do some crazy stuff with that.
Well,
He
then
could. He could have the Yamato moveset.
wishful thinking, given that Warner Brothers own Mortal Kombat now, so
Yeah.
they're not exactly doing much with it.
They made a movie.
Couple.
Yeah, but they kind of like outsourced that, and it's not really like
Oh,
special.
Did
It's
you
just
guys
movies.
see the new quote unquote, the last live action movie? because I sadly did.
Oh, is it that bad?
Dude, the main character's super ability is literally plot armor.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I was disappointed.
Oh, very disappointed, especially since
yeah, he's the descendant of Scorpion.
hey, they did Goro dirty.
Mm-hmm. And he literally just appears at the end of the movie, like out of nowhere.
And disappears out of nowhere.
Just whoop.
Like to set up a new sequel, everyone just goes poof. But one thing I have to say is good. Every fight between Sub-Zero and Scorpion was good.
All two of them.
All two of them. Well, the fight from Jax against Sub-Zero was also kind of funny. Yeah, it only
first
lasted
one?
a minute.
'Cause it was
It
like-
only lasted a minute.
It was really short, and Jax had both his arms fucked.
Yeah, but that was like, what the hell would you expect if you go after an ice ninja?
About that much, actually.
Yeah. It went how it should have gone.
Whoa, wait, hang on. So in the film, Jax gets his arms fucked up by Sub-Zero.
Yes, it
His or-
changes.
Whoa!
The origin in
Yeah.
the origin in that film of the reason he has two mechanical arms is because Sub-Zero freezes both of his arms and rips them
That's
off.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
It changes
was
in every
Ermac.
Mortal Kombat.
It was
Before Ermac, he did it on his own, I think.
what?
In the old timeline, I think Jax just replaced his arms. He didn't lose them in the original timeline.
Replaces them.
Yes, in the original timeline, he just replaces his arms with those mechanical ones.
God damn. they
After
just can't
Mortal
keep it
Kombat 2.
consistent. Unless that's kind of like an inside joke between like the Mortal Kombat team with the fact that in every single iteration he has to get his arms changed differently.
No wonder what happens to you, you are going to lose your arms.
Yes.
And in the movie, in the animated movie, it was Goro. And in one old comic, it was Baracus. It was Baracus only when he cuts off Jax's arms. So the Malibu comics have a way. The original Mortal Kombat had a way. Mortal Kombat 9 was Ermac. Then that movie was Sub-Zero. Oh yeah, that is MK3. He did it to himself to be better against Karn's future minions. So yeah, never consistent.
I still stand by one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's worst like quips was in The Running Man, where he said, "Once Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero."
Yes, your champion, Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
It's like, wait, did he get better?
He lost his gimmick for a wrestler that might have well been deaf.
It's still one of the. It's a very lame quip, if you ask me. Of all the lines he's had over the years, I think that's the lamest one. Just
It's
now
not
he's
the
just a
Tuma.
plain zero. It's like no. Sorry, Arnie.
I bought my father a box set. Well, box set. A big fancy Blu-ray version of that movie with like trivia and how the was done. And he just never even watched that movie.
Well, that's mean.
I bought it so my father. He like gets
As-
stuff and forgets about it.
Asmo.
What?
I fucking knew it. So, obviously, in the background, I've got been updating Dark Tide, and I've just been checking the reviews, obviously, because the game launched at 6 p.m. today in the UK time.
Back in a second.
And everyone is literally saying it's literally just the beta part 2. They've just added microtransactions in.
Uh-huh. God.
Oh, apparently there's no mod support for this one on like Vermintide 2.
There's no mod support.
Yeah, there's no mod support, apparently.
What? Why?
Launch has microtransactions working flawlessly without a hitch, but missing 3/4 of the crafting/upgrading mechanics, missing more maps, and just kind of shady behavior is to be expected from Fat Shark at this point.
Yep. And yeah, exactly.
Oh, don't worry. At the same time, I feel absolutely pissed. I feel fucking vindicated from everyone.
Yeah.
Remember how many people doubted us, Asmo? How many people fucking talk shit to both of us?
Oh, this is still gonna happen.
Yeah, boy. How's the launch going, kiddos?
Oh god, they'll simp for a studio so goddamn hard. I don't know why. I don't know what Fat Shark has done to earn such loyalty.
Considering every single release they've had is like, it's either been buggy or bland.
I think it's just because when they eventually fix it, the games are really, really fun, so people only focus on that.
Yeah.
Even then, though, like, the lack of self-respect as a customer is getting insanely irritating.
Plus, also, there aren't really other games like it for the 40k universe on the market, so we're kind of forced to stick with these ones.
So I'm back.
Welcome back.
Which ones? Dark Tide and Space Hulk.
Yeah, those are like the only 40k proper first-person shooters. And to be honest,
Well-
Space Hulk wasn't actually that bad. It's just a bit repetitive, but it wasn't that bad of a game. But at least you're in, at least you're in Space Hulk. Me and Asmo didn't disconnect every like 5 fucking minutes from the lobby.
And Space Hulk looks gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Like
Vermintide looks gorgeous if your settings are like the random lucky ones that actually get to view the game in all its glory.
But the thing is, I think in one of my reviews for the original Space Hulk shooter before they replaced it with the enhanced edition, I actually said I would love to see the entire map without having to fight Tyranids.
Oh my god, please tell me this review isn't true.
That review is true.
No, I'm sorry, the one I'm reading. It says $25 for DLC for skins and premium currency before the game even releases. 15-minute queue just to play the game, only to be told to update it even though there was no update available to download before launching it. No option to play offline with bots. This game's online only now. Well, currently.
Which one?
Dark
Tide. Vermintide 2, it's in there, but Dark Tide...
Why did they do something like that to Dark Tide? I thought they had.
I don't-
NPCs.
I think it's going to be added in later, but currently releasing without an offline mode is bad.
Yeah.
Which is kind of shitty because even if you were in if you joined a lobby and everyone else disconnected, the bots actually worked fine. There was nothing wrong with it, so I don't know why this is released without the option.
Because they don't want you to get anything out of getting disconnected.
Yes. Oh, look at everyone saying that the game needs more time. I wonder how many people out there were actually telling everyone that the game needs more fucking time.
I don't know how people think game development works, that they think it's going to be fixed in a month's time.
They're idiots that make up excuses until they run out of them.
Oh. Man, I cannot wait for you to play Dragonflight. I found out information yesterday that made
I'm
me
not gonna.
laugh like hell. You're not gonna?
No, unless someone bought it for me, but I really just don't want to give them money.
Oh, okay, then I can say it. Sindragosa is back.
What?
Yes, I know. I'm not going to say more about it. Sindragosa is back.
That doesn't make any sense. I gotta be thinking of the wrong dragon.
No, you are not. You are thinking about the dragon Arthur's killed and raised, yes.
Yeah, like that. Literally, Sindragosa is an undead fucking dragon.
Oh, sorry, she isn't undead anymore.
Wow. What?
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, she talks, she is fine with Nefarian, like, everything is... not Nefarian. Rathian. Yeah, because, yeah, like, you know, her last run-in with the Black Dragonflight was pretty nice. Yeah, but she's back. Don't you love World of Warcraft lore?
Do they not know their own lore?
No, I think they know. It wouldn't be the first time that they took someone back who is like mega dead.
I'm so... Did they at least explain it?
I don't know, do you want to buy a book?
Really? They explain it in the book, but they don't explain it in the game.
I would bet they are going to explain it in the book.
What, they get one of the Naru to bring back Sindragosa randomly?
No, I'm pretty sure she's most likely. Do you remember where you fought Malagos?
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they somehow use that to like get her back, or at least like a memory of her. In ghost form, maybe?
Nathan, don't give money, it's your birthday. Yes, I can't believe the stupid Britbong is talking bad about Darktide. It would be finished eventually, just stop being so impatient.
Sindragosa Arcane Simulacrum. She might as well be back.
God, that Nathan X2000 is a massive fucking simp for Fat Shark. I wish he should shut the fuck up.
And she's a black elf. That's new.
Wait, Sindragosa is a black elf?
Yes.
What? Why?
I didn't know that was a thing, actually.
I didn't even know she had a human form.
Oh, every dragon has a human form.
Oh yeah, now I think about it. Yeah, they all do, don't they?
Yes, and it's not limited to sex. Actually, it's not limited to humans.
Yeah, I do know that. I do know that. It's just for some reason I thought like only specific dragons did. But
I think
even if that was the case, she would have one. She was the queen of the blue dragonflight, right?
Either queen or concubine, either one.
Pretty sure she was the queen. I know she was a consort of Malagos. And pretty sure she was the queen of the blue dragonflight.
They took no time with her armor. It looks like something back from Wrath.
Well, that's fitting, to be honest.
Especially when she stands next to Caligos. Ah yeah, Caligos is back. I thought he died.
So, as far as you know, there's just no explanation for why Sindragosa is just alive again.
They got her back through arcane means.
So literally just cause magic.
Well, it says arcane simulacrum, so... But to be fair, it's World of Warcraft. Death doesn't mean anything.
Not anymore. I mean, like, fucking, they bring back everybody. The only people who stay dead are, like... Well, they don't even stay dead. Like, we still see them. Like, Vol'jin. We got to see his ghost after he died. We'll probably see him again, for Christ's sake.
We didn't get to see Arthas.
Yeah, he's the only one. He's the only character in the whole lore so far who's allowed to stay dead. And be truly dead. Like, gone.
Garrosh Hellscream is gone.
No, well, now he is, but in the last expansion, his spirit, so to speak, was in one of the raids.
Yeah. And then he decided that this expansion is trash and he disenchanted himself.
He literally chatted out, I'm not gonna lie. Say what you will about Garrosh, but the dude literally was unapologetic for everything he did, even after being tortured for years, being dead. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not sorry whatso fucking ever. I was right, and you could tell Thrall has sucked my dick. And then he just yeeted.
He killed the boss.
Yeah, he literally killed the boss. Alright.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like, yeah, that guy should have been the war chief.
They shouldn't have turned him stupid. They shouldn't have turned him into what he was.
No, like they did Garrosh dirty. I still think that the idea they were running with when they had Garrosh have that speech on the bridge when he tosses Gromgar over the side because he killed innocents, which became a very ironic scene later. But
yep.
the idea they had there, I think, was better. Where Garrosh is a warrior, he is not afraid of war and taking things on the offensive. But he has a code. He's not a villain. He's aggressive. He's strong-willed, and he's
has
tough.
honor.
Yeah, but he's not a leader like Thrall, where he's super caring and loving. He loves his people and cares for them like Thrall did. But the way he goes about protecting and standing by them is by signs of strength, not by bending over backwards for the Alliance and saying, yeah, fine, take some of Kalimdor, why not? No, he was a strong leader who valued his people above others and was willing to go to war with the Alliance if it meant giving them a better life. That's what would have been better for Garrosh, but instead they just turned him into that expansion's villain. They literally just gave up.
They didn't even need one.
No, they didn't. That if you ask me,
the Shah problem was never resolved. The Shah is still a problem.
Yeah, it is. For some reason, they like, oh yeah, Garrosh has to be the villain. We have to have him be the villain. Why? Why? Like ever since then, what was the good narrative that came from that?
The Horde lost another chief, and that's going to be a trend.
Yeah, it just started the trend of the Horde generates all the big bads. Like, fuck off. Just they should have made Garrosh a flawed leader, and even then, if you look at him the right way, he wasn't a flawed leader. The aggression and everything, he did everything for the Horde. Like I liked that idea, and they tossed it aside and middle fingered his character.
He got also a little bit disillusioned with the Horde, actually, like with Sylvanas, with with Bane Bloodhoof, or Karn Bloodhoof at that point.
Well, no, he didn't get disillusioned with Karn. He got disillusioned because Karn got assassinated.
By himself.
He got assassinated by Garrosh by mistake.
Yeah, it was Agatha Grimtotem, I think.
Yeah,
poisoned his axe.
Yeah, poisoned his axe, and when he found out, he was raging because it ruined his Mak'gora and tainted his honor. That was pristine Garrosh writing, but the way he even went out of his way to honor Karn after that situation shows his nobility. Yeah, Karn challenged him to a Mak'gora for the Horde, but he respected Karn in the end. Like, he fought with him, he hated him to an extent, but he respected him as well. He recognized him as a valid warrior and leader of the Horde alongside himself. They just didn't mesh well with what they thought was right. Again, there was so much nuance with that Garrosh versus the one we got during Mists and at the end of Mists. Like, he just went from being a complex character who has this very stalwart sense of honor, this natural, like, burning fury and aggression in his heart, but he channeled it in what he believed was the right way. That was, and he did things he regretted, and he made up for them in ways that made sense to him, like honoring the Tauren amongst the Horde alongside the Orcs after Karn's death. These are all things that made his character really, really good. And the sad thing is, they literally had on the pedestal, they were in the middle of writing such an amazing character, and they could have had him be a multi-expansion character with lots of depth, have him grow and change over time. And if you really feel like he needs to stop being the aggressive type, and even then, I think he should have been like that the whole time, but he just channeled it better as things went along. Like, he knew when to do what and how to do what. But
his few interaction with Varian, I think, were there, where he like held back.
Yeah, it's just
because you don't screw with Varian, and Varian makes it always very clear.
Yeah, I look back and I'm still so frustrated with what they did with Garrosh's character, and I can't even justify it in my head. It's like none of what they chose to do benefited the narrative. It made the narrative a joke.
I kind of like Variant's end. Variant's end was very good. It was a good part of Legion, I would say. Very orky though.
I mean, Varian's end, I do think, was appropriate for his character.
Lived a gladiator, died as a warrior.
Yeah.
And it also fits that this ending is a little bit orky because he also had an orcish name. Oh, what was it though? His name was Logosh, the ghost wolf.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
No, it has to be because I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay.
What a good character that died.
I mean, I was never a huge fan of Varian, but I admire some of the elements of his character.
Yeah, thinking about it, how he got split, literally.
I'm not a fan of how he died, personally. I do like the idea of him sacrificing himself for the Alliance and going out that way. But for me, he was killed by trash mobs.
No, he wasn't killed by trash mobs.
Yeah, he was, because Gul'dan did the final strike, but he got stabbed through the chest. Well, actually, through his back, out of his chest, by 2 trash mobs.
So did Vol'jin. Not Vol'jin. No, it is Vol'jin, right?
No, you're right. Vol'jin also did, which pissed me off just as much. It's like
everyone got killed by trash mobs.
Both of these badass characters, and that you couldn't even give them a one-on-one with something tough. Like, Varian just killed a giant Infernal. Just killed it.
That was a
Gets up.
No, it wasn't Infernal.
It was an Infernal.
Yeah, it was an Infernal. It wasn't a Fel Reaver.
Don't question me.
Yeah, sometimes I have to think, because now Infernals and Fel Reaver are kind of similar to me.
Pretty sure they're distinct.
They are supposed to be distinct, but if I'm trying to remember them, they are pretty similar these days. Because the Infernals now look, for me, a little bit too metally.
Too metally?
They kind of lost the rock look. Now they look more produced.
They were supposed to be like an Arcana, like a meteor demon.
Yeah, they're supposed to be a kind of golem. But yeah, they should have fought something. Died to something even cooler.
I mean, I would have. The thing is, I think the final strike coming from Gul'dan worked, but the whole fight should have been with Gul'dan.
Yeah.
Like, he should have gone after Gul'dan, nearly gotten a strike on him, and right before he did, like a much more like significant demon, perhaps, gets in the way and stops the strike, but Varian still kills that demon. But as he finishes off that demon, then Gul'dan surprise attacks him and takes him down. Regardless, it was right. It was the right decision to have Gul'dan finish him, but Gul'dan should have been the one to fight and kill him.
Well, for me, more or less sweep in and take the kill. Like Gul'dan is a vulture; he doesn't fight for his prey.
Well, I'm not saying like an actual proper duel.
Yeah.
Like I just said, like a demon would get in the way, preventing Varian from getting the final strike. And then as he was distracted, Gul'dan would then underhandedly attack him.
Did you see that Warcraft movie?
Yes, I did.
It's not very good, but I did like Gul'dan cheating
Actually,
at
the
the
sad
mouth
thing
of
is, it is very, very good at times. It's just there's so many glaring issues. So
They did Corona dirty.
They did Corona very, very dirty. Like, the thing is, the movie is actually not a bad Warcraft movie if you don't know the lore. If you just know the aesthetic of the world and some of the like references to places and locations and creatures, it's not bad. But if you do know the lore in any kind of extensive way, it's just gonna make you so
Question
angry.
a lot.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. It's just like so goddamn frustrating what they chose to do.
I don't remember the Alliance have gunpowder that early. I thought it was more like Warcraft 2 around. But all in all, I like Gul'dan in that movie.
Yeah,
Gul'dan was pretty well done.
Yeah, they did Gul'dan pretty good.
And like I said, him cheating at the Markra is beautiful.
Oh yeah, that was pure Gul'dan. Just a behavior.
A shame he was demoted.
Yeah.
Not as hard demoted as Ner'zhul. From the leader of the Horde to a 5-man dungeon boss.
Yep.
The thing is, I haven't even registered that it was him until someone pointed it out. I just thought it was some random orc shaman. Because if it was Ner'zhul, it had to be a raid. They would need to do so much about him. He's a shaman that uses necromancy.
We'll have to put a pin in this conversation because Nathan's been silent this whole time.
Sorry. My apology, Nathan.
Sorry, Nathan.
Is he now punishing us with silence?
Perhaps.
I got really lonely because I didn't know what you two were talking about.
World of Warcraft.
I know.
Sorry.
Don't worry, we hate it more than we love it.
I know, I can tell.
That's why we talked about it so much. Pure hatred. Alright, so, guys got any more Warglaive questions?
Shit, I was now so deep into the Warcraft stuff.
The only question I genuinely had was the one I asked you the other day regarding sub-factions. Like spin-off factions, because I'm still very interested to see which ones actually will get spin-off factions, because it's more fluff, it's more lore.
Indeed.
Evil space Vikings. In space.
In space. Well, what's a mutual topic we can bring up?
I'm actually playing Darktide right now just to see how it's running.
How's it running? Say no more.
So it sounds like it's running very cinematically.
Oh no, I'm literally lagging across the hub, but this problem didn't even happen in the fucking beta.
Oh wait, is it now actual release?
Oh my god, some of the PNGs aren't even loading for like, do you know when you acquire an item? It literally still is the rainbow fucking logo with like the... What the fuck is this game?
But what if it's not a JPEG, but a, I don't know, TIFF?
I said a PNG, but yeah, okay, go. Oh.
I don't know, PNG was a little bit too...
Oh my fucking god. Right, also as well, it's literally loading in every single cosmetic I've unlocked, but it's doing it for every single class. It won't stop. Oh, now it stopped.
Can't stop, won't stop.
And I've literally just been disconnected from the server for trying to access the shop.
Whoa, that's usually this part that works.
This problem was fixed in the this problem happened in the closed beta. It was fixed in the pre-order beta, and now it's back.
I hope they are not accidentally mixing up builds.
At this point, par for the course.
I don't recall which... That happens to Silent Hill 1 or 2, I think. With the remaster, they had the wrong build, and they released it to everyone. And they never changed it. You should think that after like 2 very similar games, Fat Shark knows what they are doing.
No, they never fucking learn, Karn. Every single release they've had has been buggy, and they never fucking learn.
Remember back in the day when someone makes a part 2 or something of a game, it was always better than the previous one?
Yeah, because they learn from the mistakes. Fat Shark fucking doesn't. They just want to push out anything as long as they get to the monies for the Chinese fucking overlords.
Collecting the shekels, I see.
Jackson says he has a unique idea, an Ogren Inquisitor.
I don't think that will ever happen because they smell bad.
You know.
Oh, the fuck.
And recruitment for Inquisitors is very, very picky like that.
They've already got fucking premium skins. The game doesn't work, but the premium skin store does.
Oh, they had to.
Are you surprised by this?
This is how you get your Uncle Rocker skin for your Ogren.
No, because you can just build them anyway in the Ogren builder, technically.
But not his outfit.
Let me try and access the regular store again.
No, premium store only.
Oh my god, it works.
Praise be the Omnissiah. You can waste your money. Just hope you don't get the Dawn of War 3 situation.
How so?
In Dawn of War 3 you could also buy stuff.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. On that front.
Oh, the game didn't do well, we are getting too much criticism, so we are shutting this down and no refunds.
But hey, if you played the beta, you get a cool new fucking helmet.
What?
Oh, no.
way.
You're going to get the recolor.
No, no, actually, it's just a regular helmet with a full face mask, and it literally just has the B for beta, like the Greek beta symbol on it.
Have to show everyone that you are a beta.
Yes, I'm a straight beta just for like even buying the fucking game.
I thought it was just the recolor because I don't know. I'm used to all the free shit being a recolor.
Nope. No, honestly, I would not blame you for having you.
Look at this beautiful mount you could ride. It only costs $20 for all of you plebs. Recolors.
Plebeians.
I blame the MMO market.
Only?
Oh shit, yeah, those are
I know, but it's easier to justify something like that if your game is free. And if you start that, everyone wants to also do that, even though the games aren't free. And to think that it all started with horse armor.
I don't know if I'd say that's a start.
I don't know, it's more or less the earliest thing I could remember.
And technically, if you want to make an argument for it, we can say the very first arcade games that had advertisements in them. We can.
That's pay to play, that's already terrible enough.
Just saying.
Little known fact, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Online game did charge you for every duel.
Like money?
Yes.
What?
You had to buy a pack that would give you, I think, one card and a couple of tokens. And every duel takes a token.
I wouldn't have paid for that.
I don't know if anyone did that. I didn't. Because when I heard of it, it was already dying off. And yeah. Huh. So Tang just asked me in the DM if in Warglaive we are going to have robot girls.
Why is he asking you?
He's apparently ashamed to ask it.
What?
Either that or I'm gaslighting
Well,
him.
you've just called them out on the entire stream now.
All right. Well, repeat the question again.
Are there going to be robot girls?
Robot girls. In what capacity does he mean that?
Anime-like.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that. What? I don't get it. Like,
If they are going to look like those battleship waifus.
what?
Oh, you pure man, you don't know that.
I'm so confused. I am so very confused what you're talking about. What? Okay. So is he asking if there are women?
No, robots who are female.
But they're robots. By
Who
definition,
look like this.
they don't have genitalia.
I don't know why Tang would ask
That's
that.
not a robot, that's an anime chick. with
Apparently
guns.
that's supposed to be like a battleship.
What?
I don't know, ask him why he's asking that.
Hang, explain yourself. He's calling you a dirty, dirty liar.
Now he's gaslighting me. What an asshole. That and I wanted to get him on stream.
Okay.
So, shapely figured robots, yes or no? I should stop drinking.
Shapely the robots are mainly utility. They ain't for fucking.
Oh, Tang wrote something.
Yeah, dirty
Oh, no,
liar
that was-
is
that
what he
was
said
so.
in the chat. He call you a liar.
I would never.
You fuck with people a lot, so
That's gaslighting.
that's just accurate.
He's saying it's all slander. I think those protest too much.
Slander, all slander.
Someone is having a chip on his shoulder.
Did he actually ask that, or are you?
Oh no, of course not. I'm just
Okay.
fucking with you. No robot waifus for Tang. Nope.
I mean, there's female characters amongst the Terran Republic that are waifu material. I would argue, but
But what if he wants a Kretch waifu?
kind of out of
He's-
luck.
Like he's fiending after the queen.
There isn't a queen. None of the Gretch, anyway.
Ah. Do you hear the Tang? What a shame for you.
Yeah, so I'm not stealing that idea from StarCraft 2. Sorry, no.
Well, it's only stealing if you make her god
Also,
of the entire fucking universe.
Though I liked Kerrigan in Brood War, but I don't really like her or how that story ended up in.
Kerrigan was fine up until Heart of the Swarm started.
Yeah, they kind of just fucked that up.
Honestly, it would have made way more sense if Reyna just popped her.
Yep. And would have been better story writing, if you ask me.
I don't like it when any story starts like pulling out something that was supposed to be a god and then make it not.
Yeah, there's
Like the
Zelnaga.
mystery of the Zelnaga was broken, and that's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, they fucked up quite a bit with that. Yeah, I really like StarCraft 2 as a game. It's a really good video game, but there's narrative choices after Wings of Liberty I thought were pretty bad. And even Wings of Liberty had quite a few issues as it was, so...
For me, the only big issue was like towards the end.
Well, that's what I'm talking
Everything in
about. That's
the middle
that's exactly what
was-
I'm talking about.
Everything like at the beginning and the middle was mostly fine. I still don't know how the entire rebel group broke up, but got back again. Like it feels like there's a middle part missing, but hey,
As far as I could tell, they didn't break up. Raynor still had Raynor's Raiders.
yeah, but they were reduced in size dramatically at the beginning. To the point where they had to steal the blueprints for.
My assumption with that was that they just
the-
didn't have a lot of work with the Dominion on the rise and them mostly expending resources trying to fight the Dominion without the Dominion being distracted by other things like the Zerg or the Protoss. I just figured it was because they were in a losing fight.
I still found it hilarious how the golden fleet of the Protoss was always hyped up, but did nothing.
Nope, not a thing.
I think it cleansed one planet. Yeah, during Wings of Liberty, they cleansed one planet.
By the way, am I the only one who thought Wings of Redemption got his name from StarCraft 2, but then found out it was something completely mundane by comparison?
I don't even know where he got that from.
He got it, according to him, from King Tut's tomb.
That's a strange place to
Yeah,
get it.
I don't even believe that. That's what he claims. I didn't say I believe that for a second, and I don't. I think he's full of shit on that one.
I just thought he liked chicken wings and he wanted redemption.
That's infinitely more accurate than what he claimed, if you ask me. King Tut's tomb, because on it there is a scripture which references King Tut sailing to the heavens on the wings of something. And
yeah, but redemption wasn't really that big of a theme with the Egyptians.
Yeah, it's really dumb. Like I just don't believe him. Maybe it's just because I don't like wings as it is. So, call me judgy or whatever, but
He had many opportunities to be a better person, which he both didn't take.
both. I mean, he had a lot more than just two chances. So he just don't know. The thing is, I almost like DSP more than I like wings, because at least DSP is like unashamed, very clearly to me, about being a fucking pay pig.
No, he's not the pay pig.
No, what's the term?
Whore. Money whore.
He's a male, male titty streamer, pretty much. Except minus the titties.
He's a lolcow. He just gets paid for being one.
God, I hate it when I have to do this. Gotta save and reload. That's the one thing with ZBrush I really hate, is after a while something gets corrupted in it and it starts like fucking up whatever you're doing. Like you might be trying to smooth the mesh and it'll pixelate it. So the only solution to it is to save where you are and reload in the damn file.
Oh, I'm seeing it. That's annoying.
Yeah, and it does that every time you work for longer than an hour.
That's how they get you to get the premium version.
Well, no, there is no premium version. You either buy ZBrush or you don't get to use it.
Oh wow, then that's very shit.
Yeah, like there is no alternative version of ZBrush. Blender has a pretty good sculptor now. It's just I hate using Blender.
Yeah, I think you referred to it a couple of times.
Yeah, you can't really deny that Blender is like the one, arguably speaking, especially for the price, which is free, the best 3D software on the market. It's completely free, and it can sculpt to qualities on par with some of the best ZBrush sculpts. Its animation has gotten a lot smoother. The options it gives you for video editing is amazing. You'd be a fool to write it off, but call me a fool. I really just don't like ZBrush. Sorry, I really just don't like Blender. It's a free open source 3D modeling and animation software, and it's actually kind of grown beyond that. Like I said, now you can sculpt with it. But it's just, I don't know. I always find it so frustrating, and the UI is... They fixed it up a lot from like back when I first started using it, but that's not saying much in my opinion.
So the big problem is it's clunky as all hell and back.
Oh yeah, like the software I like to use is the industry standard for like most major AAA video games and animation studios, which is Maya. I fucking love Maya, but because it has such a reputation and is so widely used, it's
expensive.
It's very expensive. Like even if you get like a single user license on it, it's $205 a month.
That's more like an high-end antivirus.
It's basically like a car payment per month to get that software, but it's the only one I'm confident using and like. So I've tried to force myself just to save the expense to relearn Blender as it is now, but every single time I try, it just makes me want to jump out the fucking window. It's just like I hate this software. I will not be a fool and deny what it's capable of, but I just hate it. Like, it's just so frustrating to
You
use.
gotta like the tools to work with.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have ZBrush to do a good chunk of stuff with, but not being able
It's
to do.
those hard metal stuff that you find lacking.
Yeah, you can't really do that with ZBrush. It just doesn't have the same utility that Maya or Maxim or take your pick.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very much clay looking.
yeah, it's exactly what it is. ZBrush is about the sculpting aspect entirely. Meanwhile, things like Maya or 3ds Max, they are designed for hard sculpting and not even sculpting. Like there are sculpting like utilities in Maya, but it's nowhere to the extent that ZBrush is, or even Blender is. Like Blender even beats Maya in that regard. The sculpting tools in Maya are only useful for like terrain, like when you put a flat plane and you just want to give it like bumps and stuff to make it look like hills or a mountaintop. That's about the only use for their sculpting tool.
But didn't Maya also have like slide animation tools? Didn't Maya also have like slide animation tools?
Oh, when it comes to animation, Maya's got it all. Like
Yeah,
it's got Bitfrost, it's got Crowd Generator, although you have to pay for that separately. The Arnold renderer was what was used to render the movie Pacific Rim. So if you ever wonder how they animated those mechs and those fights and stuff, that was all done with Maya, and they used the Arnold renderer, which comes native with Maya.
I only know that because, well, the Eternal Crusade was made with mostly Maya.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason why people could mod that.
Yeah, Maya is the industry standard for most AAA companies, and even like cartoon channels and stuff in Hollywood use Maya for animation. It's quickly become the software to use.
That's understandable. You can also make with it the models for 3D printing, right?
Yep. I mean, it's used for modeling too. Like it's an amazing software for rigging, modeling, for the whole 9 yards for 3D animation. It's just not good at sculpting. Like that's like the one place it's weak at. So if anyone ever wants to use like the AAA software for animation and 3D modeling, if you want to have all your bases covered across the board, get ZBrush, get Maya. That's it.
You can import between them, right?
Yeah. You just gotta export the right files, like export OBJs from ZBrush, and you can drop them right into Maya. And vice versa.
And Nathan, did you already crash?
No, I've not crashed, but shit, still fucked.
That's okay, it's still very cinematic.
It's cinematic while it burns itself.
The human eye cannot see more than 24 frames per second.
Yeah, I was gonna say cinematic means, well, like something is worthy of cinema. Now, typically in cinema, you see moving images. My images aren't moving. I'm getting a JPEG like every like 5 minutes.
Well, at least you're getting a JPEG.
True.
So
Imagine if it tried to give
you
you a WebMD, or sorry, a WebD file.
a move file.
Traumatic, yes, but it still wouldn't fix anything.
Well, now you have the slideshow. Family evening slideshow. I think it could have been worse, I guess.
Okay, right, that's not really an argument, because of course something can always be worse.
It could be default,
It's
but
the-
everyone has a
it's the fact-
flamethrower.
it's the fact it's not better that we paid for. If it's if it's free and it's shit, no big loss. If you've paid for it and it's shitty, then
I pay up, Bay Pick. Don't worry, it's only version 1.0. They're going to fix it next patch.
They'll always move the goalpost.
Always move the goalpost.
explore the changes and fixes in the 1.0.10 launch day patch. Great, that hasn't fucking fixed anything.
I don't think exploring is the right word for that. More or less like digging in the mud. And then explore several different ways everything is fucked.
Actually, you know what? Got an idea.
He's got an idea.
Me and Tang managed to crash Age of Empires with voice text.
Tang is asking you, Karn, how old are you now?
29.
29. Let's exit out.
Next year it's going to be 30. My
40.
my brother wants to actually like kidnap me for my 30th.
He wants to what?
He, my sister's husband, and a bunch of other dudes.
Want to?
They just want to
capture you.
take. They just want to take me out of my house, and then God knows where we go.
Are you that much of a recluse?
No,
So they just want
they
to.
know I don't like to party.
Can relate
And
actually. On that one.
they told to me, it's your 30th birthday. 30th birthday. We gotta do something. And I'm afraid.
Wait, what's so significant about 30s in Germany?
I don't know.
Oh, it's not like a cultural thing?
No.
Because around here, when you turn 30, it's reason to drink.
Maybe because I'm not married yet. So.
I don't know, find a girl in the next year who will take you.
I got a wife. Please don't screw with me.
That was mean to me,
And then-
actually.
and then on the 1st of December. Dude, where's your wife gone? Who? Oh, I divorced her.
I divorced her, so you'd get off my back. Bye. Hey, Tomahawk. I don't. Working on the replacement hand.
Yes, Tang, I'm very young.
Ooh, my neck.
Well, Tang asks me in voice chat if I'm drinking.
But of course. Being sober is for the amateur hour.
Tang, I have been true and honest. There was never a lie that left my mouth.
Uh-huh.
You might not have wanted me to say it, but you were thinking it.
Hey, Karn, what are you looking forward to most when it comes to Warglaive?
Most likely the lore and just cool robots. I'm very easy to please when it comes to this. Give me good lore and cool robots.
I hope the robots will be cool. I have some ideas. They're not the design will be original, but the concept probably won't be. I'm gonna warn you on that one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long they are good, like the concept doesn't need to be overly special. Like one of my favorite mechs is the shitty little urban mech trash can thing. You might remember.
Yes.
I wanted super slow, but this has this giant
Oh my
gun.
god! Like you guys hyped the shit out of those things for me, and I was so excited to get one. I finally get an urban mech. I jump in at the next match, and I'm moving it like a mile
30.
an hour.
You are playing this. That's the slowest mech. The next mech. That's
the
as
one
slow.
thing you didn't fucking tell me. Like, y'all are just like, oh, the urban mech. You're gonna love the urban mech. The urban mech's so great. Like, oh, I love the urban mech. I get in an urban mech, and I'm moving like a mile an hour. I'm like, you
I still cannot
fuckheads.
believe that we managed to gaslight you into piloting one.
Oh fuck! You guys.
Do you
want to
know what's the other mech that's as slow? The other mech that's as slow is 70 tons heavier.
70 tons heavier?
Yeah, and actually has the firepower to back it up. You know that one biggest gun the urban mech has? That thing has like 6 of those.
Sounds about right.
Like making you play the urban mech was more or less just, I don't know, giving some catharsis to poor Tang who had to use that. Yeah, like Tang is saying, don't you remember how I complained when I was playing with that one time?
Well, the thing is, you're. I do remember you complaining, and yes, in hindsight, it clearly was complaining. But you were at the thing is, when you complain, Tang, it doesn't sound like complaining. Like, because you don't go, wow, this thing is fucking slow. How terrible is this thing? No, that's not how you phrased it. You're like, oh, this is something. This is something, and then you start laughing. It's like, I love you, Tang, but that doesn't tell me negative or positive. That's just something.
Meanwhile, I was like running circles around him in my Jenna, and later on Master Chief.
Oh yeah, the Master Chief.
Man, that Master Chief mech carried us.
For a while, absolutely. We actually got some real mechs.
Well, we got one real mech and then we stopped playing, I think. I think it was roundabout where you got your first Thunderbolt. Like the big, heavy, chunky thing.
Probably.
Yeah, Tang is saying you still had fun with it.
Well, of course. It's entertaining to be super slow and just like a walking trash can. I should know. I'm that in real life. I am an urban mech.
And the urban mech is more or less the ugly pug of the Battletech community.
Exactly.
No,
It's
Tang.
ugly and horrible, but everyone loves it for some strange reason.
Yeah, Tang, we need to show the Daka Crab, the Firefighter, and the No Fun Goblin.
What?
Yeah, the Daka Crab.
The No Fun Goblin.
Yeah, the No Fun Goblin. Tank didn't write it down, but the No Fun Goblin is funny. I took one medium-sized mech that runs super fast, and I replace every weapon on it with rocket launchers. So if you are behind something, you just press the button once and it's dead. That's why it's the No Fun Goblin. The Firefighter is basically the heaviest frame I can get, and I only put flamethrowers on it. Nothing else.
You're supposed to put something else on it?
By the way, I'm back in a second. I need to go to the door.
Walkie? Goes to the door. We don't hear from him again. Because his family kidnapped him for his 30th. He forgot.
And we never heard. Yeah, we never heard of him again.
Never. He's gone.
They launched him into space. He was too good for this world.
Unironically.
Yes. Also, have you not thought about yo-ho-hoing the software that you need for the other stuff?
can't answer that on stream.
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is yo ho hoing. I'm not implying anything. Yo ho hoing could be anything.
Absolutely. Oh, my back.
So, I'm back, old man.
Welcome back.
I was not kidnapped.
Yay! Wait, you heard that?
I did not.
Oh, well,
I was just guessing.
you're right.
Is it kidnapping if it's your own family?
Yes? I think.
Wait, you heard that? No, I did not.
I did not.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Asmo. That was a good movie night.
You're tearing me apart, Asmo.
I love how by the end, Ember Gillis just gave in to the Stockholm.
Yes.
He's just like, yeah.
Yep, this movie is fantastic. It changed my life.
Unironically, I think that every like film buff should watch The Room because not only for them to see what not to do, but to also get a huge breadth of confidence. It's like, hey, the worst I come up with for ideas can't possibly be worse than this.
And remember, that costed 6 million. I think it's the 6 million part of it that's actually shocking.
Yes. Give me 6 million, I can take you to the moon.
Give me 6 million and I disappear. Okay, maybe that's not such a nice thing to do, but hey.
But I wouldn't want you to disappear. I'd be very sad.
Then don't give me 6 million.
Guys, can we please stop saying the number 6 million? It's really hard to not say anything.
Oh, sorry.
Please.
I'm confused.
Yeah, poke and you'll find out.
What?
Keep poking and you'll find out.
I don't know if I want to, based on that reaction.
Do you trust me?
The words 6
No.
million should say something to you.
It could be another Urban Mac fiasco. Right, Tang. I actually got Tang into a worse Mac than the Urban Mac.
A worse mech than the Irby.
It's because I made it like that, because it's one Mac I like to use, but the problem is if you suffer an ammo detonation, they can see you from orbit.
Well, shit.
My personal builds are often very volatile.
No.
Effective, but volatile.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Vinny from the movie Atlantis is Karn.
As long as I get August off.
Literally, just that is Karn.
Kaboom. Ah, but poor Tang, what he has always to do with me.
I do find it very beautiful to watch the Bulgarian try and function alongside the chaotic German.
Oh, you should have seen us play I Divine Cybermancy.
Some days I want to, some other days I'm just like, nah, such beauties I am unworthy of.
I accidentally made for so much trouble in our last session because I thought someone who was invisible was bugged out. So I tried to like hit him with a like weak melee attack to maybe like fix him. But my character did some magic and he exploded in chunks. So the entire map started agreeing on us. So we were fighting some heavily armed punks. We were fighting demon strippers, and we were fighting like Tyranid magic things.
Time out. What?
Yes. What?
Demon strippers?
Yes. I Divine Cybermancy. If your karma is low, there are going to be demons after you. And they look kinda like sexy nuns. They are also very armed. And yeah, they went after us. Them, the punks, and those gene stealer like magic things. Oh, and the werewolves.
The werewolves.
Yeah, sometimes like I don't know why, but sometimes they are werewolves. Maybe it's the low karma. I don't know. But that accident like bottomed out all of our karma, not just mine from killing the guy. Tank's karma is was lowered. Dragonis' karma is lowered. It went from 100 karma to 0. Because I wanted to be helpful. We survived that mission. Barely.
Oh, fuck. Sometimes beauty.
Oh, and the Deus Ex incident, yes. There's a monster called the Deus Ex. We never got to see it. I saw the mission and was like, hey, let's do this. It's called Deus Ex. Maybe it's something funny. And yes, it was funny. The only thing I got to see the most of out of that creature. I saw the rocket that was flying at me. Everyone couldn't even see that creature. I saw the rocket coming at me.
Well, at least you saw that. Did you dodge it?
No. I did not. I ate that rocket. Yeah, for some reason there was one mission, I don't know what Dragonis did, but what our master wanted to have him dead. It did not stop attacking him. And then I killed someone because he spoke French at me, and then it aggroed every punk in the city.
Very based. Was it solely on the fact that he spoke French?
Yeah, he spoke French at
Very
me and
based.
called me a dog. So I shot him with a double barrel.
Based.
It aggroed the entire McDonald's.
The what?
It wasn't like some fast food restaurant. Like that was some meetup between the punks and you and some government guy. I don't know, they all died. Because the Frenchman who I shot somehow also made the policeman aggro on me. And then was the time we all got other people aggroed at us because I tried to... Well, the way you get health in that game is like with a needle that you have. But you cannot just give yourself the injection, you can give others the injection. So I went to a guard and like tried to give him an injection. He did not like it.
Of course not. It likes getting stabbed.
Oh, and I somehow managed to put Dragonus in an endless loop. I somehow like killed him in the area before you entered the game.
You're not allowed to deny being an agent of chaos. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Like, he was in the middle of his character creation, and I was like swinging my sword like just for no reason. And he spawned directly in front of me, back towards me, so I got a backstab hit. Killed him instantly. So, but he like respawned and we thought, oh, okay, fine. We left the tutorial area. And he tried to. Because every time he would like make like 5-10 steps, he would be teleported back and gets every tutorial put in front of him again. And then went for a while until I decide to kill him. And him killing him again fixed the issue. The funny thing, the game on itself is about the cycles of guilt. And I think I put Dragonus into a cycle of regret.
I don't doubt it.
But yeah, it was very fun. Tang, I did not mess those things up. I enhanced the game.
I did not.
And Tang, you need to wait until we get magic. And well, we kind of do have magic. Yeah, like you can make shadow clones of yourself. And every shadow clone has a Glock. That's how you become the real Hokage. Well, then get recording software. My PC isn't good enough to play video games and record. I think at least. And Dragonus discovered the beautifulness that it's full auto and fuller auto. If you have never played the machine pistol is beautiful. It already shoots very fast, but then it has a alternative shoot mode. Then it shoots even faster, and that thing is insane. Tang wants me to say the spell.
He said that in all caps. Should I be worried?
Tang, were you a good enough kid today that you deserve for me to say the spell?
You could have kid.
I already said Massachusetts on stream twice now.
Twice as of now.
As of now, yes. Tang isn't giving me any good reason for it yet. By the way, I can say it, Asmo. It's like it is not going to do anything with your stream.
It's too late.
Yeah. But that one that I think is our Nathan, maybe. Okay, what Tang wants me to say is Kage no Bushinu's Jutsu. Because he thinks it's funny. And he calls me a concubus. If you want to know, Tang, I am wearing green. So the concubus is not that far off. Does the Scratch Ghoul have a name?
Hmm?
Does the Ghoul have a name?
Pyrrhus has been calling it Greg.
Really? I thought more of a Steven.
And Jenny's been calling it tonguey.
I can see Tangi, but she doesn't have much imagination.
Hey, don't be mean to the Jenny.
You know I'm not mean to anyone. That's just the way how I show my love. It's to ridicule people.
And push buttons.
You said it way worse the one time. Come on. How did I say it that it was so bad? Kagenobushu no Jutsu. I think I always say it like that.
This is the part of the show where Karn begins gaslighting Tang.
No, actually not. I really forgot how I said it the first time.
How's that arm looking? Yes, it is supposed to be that ridiculously long.
Very good looking arm. Almost like he needs to start switching arms.
What you mean?
Well, one arm's bigger than the other. You know what they say. You need to start switching arms.
Well, to be fair, he's only got one to work with in that capacity. The other one doesn't have fingers.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can't tug, but you can furiously rub the shaft. You know, until the Gretchen decides to psychically project everywhere. You know what? That's a question for the stream. How do each race reproduce?
Let's see.
The Rathan we know about.
Yep. I'll explain that.
The humans, well, you know.
Yeah,
well,
the Crypta,
Terrans
the
and
Warborn, and the Terrans are all straightforward. Just, they normally procreate. The only interesting fact about any of them is, I guess, how they approach it out after the birth. In the case of the Sovereignty, they actually, they procreate normally, like how we would. But it's common procedure. You know how, like, when a couple are expecting and they go see, like, the doctor who deals with the baby stuff? Can't remember the exact name of that doctor right now. But, they go and see a specialized physician about the pregnancy. And the doctor usually does, like, a sonogram and stuff like that, checks out the fetus. Well, the Sovereignty have a similar thing. They have that, basically the same thing, but additionally to that, it's common practice to check to see if your child's genetics are good. They, if anything is flawed or the child is expected to not look how the parents want it to look, or if it has a deformity or anything, they genetically alter it in the womb.
Oh. You have the technology for that?
Yeah, they do.
Nice.
Yeah.
The risk of the pregnancy becoming a failure after the fact is high, but they believe it's a necessary sacrifice to keep their race premium and above others.
Whoa, that sounds a bit
they're not good
a bit
people.
hand wavy.
They're not good
eugenics.
people. They do literally engage in eugenics.
So I'm sorry, this got sound bugged out for me. So
Yeah.
I most likely stopped mid rambling.
And the thing is, I don't want it to just be a plain evil thing. Because technically, there is an argument for why the sovereignty does that. Like, I want that to be more of a moral gray thing. Because they do want their race to be the most powerful and the most strongest on a biological level as well as technological. It's not just to feel superior, though. In their eyes, it's how you survive. You survive by being top dog. You survive by being the best, the strongest, the fastest, the most acute with your senses. If you're anything short of that, they see that as cruelty. So if they allow a child to be born with a deformity or to be born with a flawed genome, they see that as no different than we see, like, have you ever seen, like, a parent, like, at a supermarket that just slaps their kid straight across the face if they're too loud or do something like that?
No, because it's illegal here, but I have
Well, it's illegal
seen
here,
videos
too.
of other people.
It's illegal here, too, but it doesn't stop people from acting that bad. But you know what I'm talking about, like...
Yeah,
You know how you
I've
feel
seen it.
about abusive parents, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's how they would see a pair of parents if they chose not to fix a child's genetics before its birth. Like, they feel that same way. It's a cruelty to the child.
Being a neglectorino is no good.
Yeah, so that's just how I'm trying to explain it. Is culturally, that's how they have survived the galaxy. That is how they have maintained a level of sanity when it comes to their condition, because they were once human. Although the only living being in the modern sovereignty that was alive from those days is the Empress herself. Everyone else is pretty much dead from those ages. So all living crypta in the modern lore are like 2 to 3 generations from the generation that were once human. So, but it carried over from that generation that to cope with becoming what they became due to their genetic alterations to survive the planet's conditions, they had a choice. They could either see themselves as monsters and be horrified at what they became and self-loathe and possibly destroy themselves, or they could embrace what they became and become strong with it. They chose the latter. But with that came a lot of cultural change, which required them to constantly reinforce the idea that what they had become was for the best, and that they were now better than they ever were.
That doesn't sound healthy in the long run.
No, it isn't. Like I said, like it's a grimdark. Like there's a tragedy with that.
So that's the one that's going to have sub-factions, I will guess.
Sovereignty?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of do, but in terms of the tabletop, they have none planned.
Yeah, I just meant like lore-wise. That there might be a schism here and there, maybe.
Not too much. Again, their race has mainly survived off of basically self-aggrandizing.
I just would have thought some would aggrandize themselves a little bit more than others.
Well, the Empress acts as a balancing wheel for that, because she's so much more than everybody else in like every category. She's maintained. She acts as the balancing wheel to keep that kind of mentality in check. But they do have a hierarchical system and a caste system within their society. Like, you have the higher nobility, which are wealthy, powerful, and they also serve key functions in the sovereignty. Either they're planetary governors, or they are city runners, or they run all of the technological development. Like, all of them have achieved a level of nobility as well, but they don't compare to the Empress. And so, yeah, their society has a hierarchy to it, as I've explained, but it's that superiority in the sense of, like, to the point where they would separate from the sovereignty or see themselves as above the rest of their race.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about separation. I was thinking more about the inner workings of a state like that, where maybe backstabbing your superiors might then be
Oh no, that
a
happens
little
all the
bit
time.
more common.
They backstab each other all the fucking time. The Empress is the only one that no one ever fucks with. Mainly because she can read your mind and she can literally drag every drop of blood out of your body without looking at you. So, and on top of that, she's the one who's been controlling the sovereignty for so long. She's incredibly petty if you piss her off enough.
Don't read my mind, you won't like it. This is not a plea, this is a warning.
So yeah,
I can still see some people maybe thinking that she goes too far with stuff like that.
oh absolutely. They just don't live very long if they voice it. There is a part of the book where you're going to be able to meet her through Melina's eyes. So I'm curious what you guys will think of her then. I will say this, I don't want the Empress to come off as just like a... She is, in many ways, an unrepentant bitch about a lot of stuff. She's aggressive, she's powerful, she's not ashamed of it. She's a badass woman. But that doesn't mean she's... one thing I do want to avoid in it is, like, pure evils. Like, I don't like that too much in any fiction, where there's, like, this unrepentant evil, where it's just at this extent where there's, like, no rhyme or reason for it outside of just cuz.
It kind of depends, because sometimes you get the Palpatine from it.
Yeah, like, it's fun and memey, don't get me wrong, but it's just not fun, like, to write. This is like, there's no nuance to it. And I think 40k avoids it pretty well. Like, don't get me wrong, the Chaos Gods are pure evil, but in terms of, like, the actual characters we see in, like, the novels and the world, the Chaos Gods are more of a force of nature. But when we deal with characters, though, typically that's where we see a lot less of that trope.
Like I want to say, especially with, like, even the Chaos followers, you sometimes get some who are not too bad. Like Talos from the Night Lords is surprisingly tame for a Night Lord.
Yeah.
Which, well, he still does what Night Lords do, but I would trust him a little bit more than most other Night Lords. Well, I think they kind of screwed that up with Abaddon. But Abaddon is like someone you cannot course correct.
It's like hurricane winds out of my house right now. Jesus.
Hurricane outside of your house?
Well, the winds are just really strong today. It's like
Okay.
25 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour winds or something like that. I might be exaggerating. But yeah, you guys understand what I mean, though. Like when I say,
Yeah, fast winds.
I especially at least amongst like the core factions, I'm avoiding any kind of pure evils. Like the only pure evil in the lore so far is the Wrathen, and that's solely because of how we would perceive them. They don't see themselves like that at all. Like they love their existence the way it is.
Yeah, you actually talked like about a sect of them that's actually pretty chill. Like they trade with people.
Yeah, there is, and they also look very different from the
Yeah,
rest
they're
of the
like,
species.
what did you say, smaller and less fluffy?
Smaller, less ragged, and they even wear like robes.
Yeah, see, I kind of still have some memory.
Yes, and very good you remembered that. I don't think most of the
I'm
people...
not getting old. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a single sect of them, though, and they are ostracized from the rest of their society.
Yeah, they are unwrath-like.
They are not liked at all. In fact, there are several chiefs that hate them. Mainly because they think they're better than them.
Makes very much sense. As someone who likes this game and hearing something like that from something that's equally competitive, it makes sense.
Yeah. Clan Orska, I believe is the clan I mentioned with that.
I don't recall if you had a name for them back then. Because it's a while ago since you
I
told me that.
may not have. But yeah, I believe it's Clan Orska. Their symbol is, I haven't drawn it up yet, but it's a really simple one. It's basically a twirled purple, like a coil, pretty much.
Okay. Coil, so kind of like a DNA strand, or
no, like it literally just looks like a
steel coil.
Basically, if you were to draw it, you would put your pencil in the middle of the paper, and you would just twirl.
A spiral.
Yeah, looks just like that.
It's a spiral.
It's just a purple spiral.
And Uzumaki.
Pretty much.
I think that just means that. I don't know, simple logos and such like that. I actually very much like. That's how you don't get the Lamenta situation.
Where you have the taxi checkers.
The taxi checkers and then the bleeding art.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think that's the only reason why we don't see more of them on the tabletop.
Like solely because it's a bitch to paint them.
But honestly, very low accurate that they are that poorly represented.
Yep.
Poor guys never get a break.
Not in a very long time.
And that's kind of good. Even though they would deserve one. That's a weird place to be fair.
Yep. Their lore is also a little confusing.
Because they're supposed to be all that except for the Dreadnought, but that's not the case.
Yeah, they were supposed to have been completely wiped out, except for one Dreadnought. Then as GW does, there's like, nah, never mind. What? Oh yeah, that was like...
Yeah. Now the reason is the Dreadnought thinks it because, well, it's not the case, he just thinks it. He just assumes he's the last one, which I don't really like. Because that would also mean that every Lamenta forgot that they put a Dreadnought into the Death Watch. And that would be like a very big blunder.
Say, what happened to Carl? I don't know.
Who? I don't know, I think he was like the oldest. He might have been dead. He got most likely killed by a Tyranid or something.
Then they run into him again, and he just stares at him like, "You're alive?" It's like, You're alive? You? Wait, don't you remember me? Yes.
Philip. That's not even a Space Marine name. I'm Carl. Oh God, Carl, you are alive. Well, with the way he acts in the books, he might as well be Carl from Aqua Team Hunger Force. Oh yeah. I hope GW never touch Elementals again.
You're an optimistic person.
Just, take the Ultramarine dongle. They even did the Blood Angels dirty. I think the only one that profits at the moment are the Ultramarines. And every Ultramarine offshoot.
The only ones that profit? I don't know if I agree with that, but
Why not? Oh, well, yeah.
not the only ones.
No, not the only ones, but mostly. Like the Dark Angels kill their own Primaris Marines. Which is very low accurate.
So how's that look?
Well, give me a second for it to catch up. Oh, okay,
That's good
now.
shit.
Yeah, it looks
That's
good.
good shit.
His pedicure is on point. Now you give him a dress, some red lipstick, and he's ready for the night.
I think he's...
Steve is ready to flaunt his stuff.
I don't know, do I want to confidently say he's done? Usually it's when I say that I notice something glaring.
Maybe he needs like a blister or more so in his long arm.
Yeah, probably a few small ones.
Yeah, his left arm, the right arm, isn't fucked up enough, I think.
How do those blisters look? Do you think they'll print well?
I can't really comment 'cause I don't own a 3D printer, so I don't know if they will or not.
No, but as far as I know, it might some might come out better than others. I think those that are more out will come out good, but those that are a little bit more dug in, I guess, might have difficulties. I don't know. I think you need to test it once.
Oh yeah, all the prints are gonna need to be tested. That's the part that I actually least enjoy at this point.
I think those on the thighs might be iffy on the print, but you can try.
Yeah. Yeah, my dog whining. I don't know why. Probably because my mom probably just got home and he's losing his shit.
Steve is looking good. He's ready to go to the club.
Yeah, he's almost ready. That's for sure. I definitely like how he's progressed. I'm glad I fixed that arm too. Like,
He looks like his existence is pain. I like it very much.
Germans.
What?
Let's see.
He looks like a little bit like he would stumble a lot while running.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This guy's posture isn't good for a full sprint. But hey, if there's enough of you, it doesn't matter if some get trampled
Actually,
to death.
to describe to you properly, like how I envision how they run, the ghouls anyway, they run almost funny. If it weren't so horrifying when they'd be running at you.
Yeah, they would most likely also like sometimes use an hand or something to not fall over.
Yeah,
Like
some
very
of them use run like gorillas.
Oh, you're missing the little arm on the back.
That's not universal. Only some of them have like extra appendages.
Extra high five. Oh,
Actually,
the art, there's also a hand stuck underneath the skin on the art. That's actually pretty cool.
yeah. Again, they're. Have you seen John
Yeah,
Carpenter's
being
1982
Yes.
The Thing? You know how fucked up that creature was when it was mid-transformation?
Oh, it was fantastic, especially during the dog scene.
Oh yeah. Again, like there's my inspirations are on my shoulders on that one.
There's actually one scene in that movie that actually kind of fucked me up a little bit. And it's when they wanted to use the... Oh, what are they called in English? The shockers for the CPR.
Oh yeah. That was actually a great scene.
Yeah, that was like, ooh. Everything else, I was fine with it. I'm not that easily scared.
The defibrillator, do you mean?
Yes. The diffy.
Please try and pronounce defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Oh, close.
I've been drinking a little bit of water with my alcohol so I don't get
Oh
fucked
no.
too hard.
Oh no, lads, he's on the water. Someone call him a taxi. He's been hitting back the waters all night, man's a fiend.
It's not just any water, it's a good water.
Oh
I-
shit.
High in calcium, magnesium, natrium, chloride, sulfate.
Jesus Christ, sounds like he's been ordering like water off the top shelf, like clicking at the bartender.
It's kind of expensive water, it is.
Bring me a premium water now.
It is very good sport water.
It's starting to be more of a justice to Pyrrhus's artwork.
Pyrrhus did fantastic, like always.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I was so like when it comes to like working out the design, I do encourage him to do a little bit of like, because I give him a very specific description of exactly what is in my head. And with the Gretsch, he's hit it on the nail with what I always pictured. Like from the ghouls to the brutes, he's nailed it both times. I'm worried we're gonna have a couple of redos with the the harrows when we get to them, because those ones are a little weird to describe. So hopefully we won't have too many cross wires on that one, but that's the one I picture out of the Gretsch anyway. He's not gonna get directly to how I see it. But
aren't you also kind of okay with like painting? You could like make a rough sketch of what you are thinking about.
Oh, I do, and I try to on a few different things. Like with the Evoke, I did need to give him an actual. I couldn't describe it properly, so I ended up drawing an outline of how their heads looked, and so he knew what I was talking about, and that's how we were able to get that down. But I do try and get it all in like verbal description as best I can. So I end up sending him like a small essay just describing it, and then he'll do a rough sketch. And his rough sketches are normally like almost on the mark. Like one or two things need to be like altered, but otherwise he's usually pretty close.
And it also means he can put off his own personal thing, pizzazz or details into it.
Yeah. Like it's no exaggeration that he brings my imagination to life.
They kind of look like the smell of rotten watermelons.
It's very specific.
Oh, that's kind of the... Did you ever go to like an actual like card game tournament?
I've gone to a Yu-Gi-Oh card game tournament.
The guy who stinks the most, he smells like rotten watermelon.
I mean,
It's that smell.
I don't try and smell them.
Have you actually... Dude, if you have to play against one of those, you smell them from across the fucking desk. Ah, memories.
I've lucked out on that front,
Fragrant ones. Very fragrant ones.
Jesus. Ooh.
I did not let him touch my cards.
I don't blame you.
The judge DQ'd me because of that. I lost my second round because I didn't let him touch my cards. I never went to another one ever since.
I, again, can't blame you. Alright, Nathan, what do you think?
What do I think about? Sorry.
The ghoul.
Like I said before, it's good shit, man.
Whoa.
Wait. What about the tiny little weird fetus hand on the back?
I already...
They don't all have that.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were trying to do it to like the exact specification.
No.
No,
Like, the
no,
concept
looks good.
art is just my base to work with.
Ooh. I can
looks
kind of
pretty good.
see a basket
Pretty good.
case version of this thing where it has like almost like a living fetus in the stomach, like bursting out.
That would be gross and cool, but
No need to thank me.
Grimdark.
but
Don't need to
wouldn't
thank me
make
for that
sense. But it wouldn't make sense.
I'm like a creature like halfway formed in its stomach, like this one in its chest.
Again, for a ghoul, that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Like it's just a ghoul like halfway grown out of him.
Maybe something like that could happen if it tried to morph with another to make a brute, but outside
Like maybe
of
that one to the left where like his stomach's like open up and there's like a halfway formed thing in it.
Oh, that's just
Oh, well.
bile.
And nightmares.
Yeah, like these are three very good variations on the general idea of what the ghouls will look like. Yeah, they will. I don't know. Like, I'll definitely have to make them bigger than they are in the drawing, but some will have extra little arms and appendages trying to grow out of them.
No,
But
in the drawing they
my
look like-
fear is they won't print very well.
Maybe you are lucky.
I might get like yeah, but
If not, you might need to do individual parts. I don't know.
yeah, sub-assemblies are gonna be scary to do, but I have to do them. I have to do them.
Yeah, experimentation is part of the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
As much as it sucks and costs money. I can see the tongues breaking up. Maybe.
Yeah, they probably will. But hopefully they print well.
Maybe they have to come out like more like on the jaw.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Sculpt's almost done.
Yeah.
Just gotta do some detailing. But yeah, that's at least the whole base frame is done.
Oh, the brow's making look a little bit sad.
The what?
Oh no, that's not the brows. It's like part of their mouth, I think.
Yeah, the eyeball is right here.
Yeah. Because it looks a little bit like sad brows. Like put some eyeballs there and then... You can see which part I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's just the ridge of its head.
Yeah, mouth part, jaw.
Yeah, this is where the eye is.
And then you put two googly eyes at the side.
Technically speaking, if you want to, you can paint all of these pusses as eyeballs if you wanted to, and it wouldn't even necessarily be lore inaccurate.
Yeah. He can see and the baker's doesn't.
You could kind of like carve out the eyes and just replace them with googly eyes, so that whenever you rattle the figure, it just starts bouncing around everywhere. Yeah. Oh, here comes the ghouls. Rattle, rattle, rattle.
Oh, the hive mind really fucked up on this patch. They were not long enough in the oven.
Alright, I'll save it there.
A bad batch, but horrible.
So, before I call it, anything else you guys wanted to say, ask? Like, do you guys have any, like, it's your birthday, come on, like, if you have any burning questions?
No, because I don't need my birthday to say anything.
Yeah.
To ask something specific.
We literally speak to you in the Discord. If you want to know something, we will literally just ask you.
Yeah, okay, fine.
We are kind of blunt that way.
Yes.
Wait, what the hell is Tank's last message? Wiggle, 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 yeah.
Wiggle, 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 yeah.
Oh, I think he's
Tang...
about the googly eyes.
Also, either that or Tang has a case of the boogie.
Oh, okay, right. So speaking of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, I've got one question. How dummy thick are the Gretsch gonna be?
Well, have you seen the Brute?
Yeah, I've seen the brute, but I've not seen the brute from behind. That's the problem.
Those cheeks gonna be clapping.
They don't
I
really,
want to say I've not seen them.
not to crush your hopes and dreams, but they don't really have cheeks. One of them does, but for the most part, it's actually kind of like a bony ridge of flesh.
You are going
no.
to give me a mainly psychic hive mind of purple Xenos with deformities, and you are not going to give them the freshest bakery out there. Asmo, what the fuck are you doing to me?
Like I said, with one exception, no.
They just look like
What do you mean
squid.
with one exception?
The Harrows. Oh, sorry,
They're
no,
going
not the
to-
Harrows, the Whalers.
They are going to look like Squidward after he had too many Krabby Patties.
Juicy.
Thick as a nightmare. I can't believe I referenced SpongeBob in 2022.
To be honest, it's still a popular show to reference.
It's still popular.
SpongeBob.
Woohoo!
I just love how Tanga's chilling in Sleeper's Den at the moment, just waiting for you to join, Karn.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I guess I'll call the stream there. Thanks everybody for watching this Warglaive dev stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I also hope you guys are satisfied with the progress so far. This is virtually done. It's just a matter of adding detail now. But the core frame of the first Gretsch variant, Gretsch Ghoul variant, is done. Got 2 to 3 more variants of ghouls I need and want to get done. And then I'll move on to the... well, I guess I'll have a debate on which one I want to move on to. I guess a natural progression would be to the brutes, but I could also do another unit. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time.